In the summer of 1485, England stood at the edge of exhaustion. For 3 decades, civil war had torn the kingdom apart, Yorkists and Lancastrians locked in bitter conflict. But from the smoke of battle emerged a new dynasty, the Tudors. They would reign for just over a century, yet in that time they would transform England forever. This is the story of the Tudor kings and queens. The dynasty began with Henry Tudor, a man with a fragile claim, but a powerful vision. On the 22nd of August, 1485, at the Battle of Bosworth Field, Henry defeated King Richard III. Richard was slain in the fighting, his crown found upon the battlefield and placed on Henry's head. The Wars of the Roses were at an end. Henry secured his throne by marrying Elizabeth of York, uniting the red rose of Lancaster with the white rose of York. His policies strengthened royal finances, curbed the power of the nobility, and restored stability to a weary realm. Though cautious in character, Henry VII laid the firm foundations upon which the Tudor dynasty would rise. His son, Henry VIII, was a very different figure, athletic, charismatic, and ambitious, the very image of a Renaissance prince. But his desperate quest for a male heir changed England forever. Denied an annulment by the Pope, Henry broke from Rome and declared himself supreme head of the Church of England. The monasteries were dissolved, their wealth seized, and religious life across the nation was transformed. 6 wives, 2 divorced, 2 beheaded, 1 who died, and 1 who survived. Behind the rhyme lay dynastic desperation and political intrigue. By the time of his death in 1547, Henry had left England stronger militarily, but deeply divided in faith, and he left 3 children to inherit his crown. Edward VI was just 9 years old when he became king. Intelligent, devoutly Protestant, but frail in health. His reign was guided by ambitious regents who pushed radical religious reform. The Book of Common Prayer was introduced, and worship across England was forever altered. But Edward's illness proved fatal. He died aged only 15. His attempt to disinherit his Catholic half-sister Mary, in favour of Lady Jane Grey, collapsed after just 9 days. The crown passed instead to Mary Tudor. Mary I, daughter of Catherine of Aragon, sought to restore England to Catholicism. Her marriage to Philip of Spain provoked suspicion and unrest at home, and her persecution of Protestants earned her the grim title, Bloody Mary. Though she reformed the navy and the coinage, her reign was overshadowed by religious strife and personal tragedy. She left no heir, and in 1558 the throne passed to her half-sister Elizabeth. Elizabeth I inherited a divided kingdom, but she proved equal to the task. Through the Elizabethan religious settlement, she established a Protestant Church of England, broad enough to hold the loyalty of most subjects. She ruled with caution, never marrying, but skillfully using her status as the Virgin Queen to strengthen her hand in diplomacy. Her reign became England's golden age. The works of William Shakespeare and Christopher Marlowe filled the playhouses. Explorers like Francis Drake and Walter Raleigh expanded England's reach overseas. And in 1588, the Spanish Armada was defeated, a triumph that secured England's place as a rising naval power. Elizabeth reigned for 45 years, but in 1603 she died without an heir. With her, the Tudor dynasty came to an end. The crown passed to James VI of Scotland, who became James I of England. The Tudors ruled for just over a century. From Henry VII's hard-won crown to Elizabeth's golden age, they transformed England's monarchy, its religion, and its identity. Their dynasty began in battle and ended with the death of a queen.